Hello everyone and welcome to the Anime Zillia. And so I decided to watch a new anime series, and that goes by the name of In Spectre. Now, I know it's got a weird slash in the name, but I'm not going to pronounce the slash. I'm not going to say in/Spectre. It's like Hunter x Hunter. You don't say Hunter x Hunter, you say Hunter x Hunter. You know, let's just get that out of the way. And as first impressions go, I thought this was a very intriguing watch. The visuals look amazing, and the two characters that we're introduced to in episode 1 were pretty good, and I'm excited to see where they go with them moving forward. Now then, quick disclaimer, this show has already been out for a few weeks. It's currently, as of recording this video, it currently has 6 episodes available for us to watch. And I plan on bringing you all of my thoughts on each episode, providing that the show is still interesting after episode 3. But you know what? I don't see that being a problem. The genre of this anime is thriller, romance, action, drama, supernatural, and mystery. Basically, it's a show where we've got this young goddess of knowledge and this boy that she falls in love with. She basically wants to try and get him to fall in love with her, and they solve mysteries basically, revolving around yokai and other supernatural phenomenons. So, already, just reading that hypothesis just kind of made me go, yeah, this seems like something I could watch. I'm not watching anything that's like romance-based at the moment, because obviously We Never Learn's ended. What else was I watching? I was watching Assassin's Pride. That ended because obviously I finished the series and there's no more episodes yet. So I thought this might be one to pick up. So then, episode 1 doesn't really tell us much in terms of overall plot, but it does do a very good job at introducing us to the two main characters and making us kind of like them a bit. Because I honestly do like these characters. So then, starting off, we got Kotoko? I think that's how you pronounce the name. This girl's in the last year of high school, so she's still pretty young, but she's already the goddess of wisdom to the supernatural beings that exist within the world, pretty much known as yokai. And honestly, seeing her in the time where she was kidnapped was actually pretty interesting, because we see all these different type of creatures. These creatures, honestly, they don't look that threatening at all. Like, they look more adorable than threatening. But obviously, as we go through the episode, we do see a lot more kind of scarier looking yokai and monsters and all sorts of stuff. We see Keppas, we see like a weird dragon thing at the end. And then we see the main character. So, stuff happens. And seeing this, it makes me want to know what happened when she was, kidnapped. Because the whole premise about this was, she was kidnapped and brought to this location. And she was then asked to become the goddess of knowledge and guide these yokai. Which she accepted. She accepted because they pleaded to her to do that. And she seems like a very nice, kind, genuine person. So she's happy to help out. However, like I said, we still need to learn a bit more about what happened. As when she is returned to, like, her normal life, kind of, she's found with one eye and one leg. These, basically, her other ones are missing, basically. So, in present day, she has a glass eye, and she has a prosthetic leg. And honestly, I'm quite surprised they showed us the, the gory one leg scene. Like, they saw how it was taken off. Ugh. That just looks a bit gruesome, if I'm honest. I can handle a bit of gore and stuff like that, but it looks so detailed. It really does. And that's one thing about this anime that I really, really did like. The visuals were so nice and sort of easy on the eyes at the same time. However, let's see what this show brings for this character going forward. Design-wise, she looks adorable. I simply just like the effect. It's simple yet effective. And her hairstyle and cane does kind of make her look like a young Agatha from Pokemon. If you ever played Fire Red and Leaf Green, you'll understand what I mean. And hey, Agatha uses ghost-type Pokemon, and Kotoko can see and talk to yokai and other supernatural beings. So, is there a connection? Multiverse type of cross-anime type of thing? No. Anyway, I really like this character, and I can't wait to see more from her. I see now I'm blocking off one picture from her. It's a full body image. But you get the idea. If you've seen this episode, then you know what I mean. Next then, the guy. So, Kuro, my thoughts on this character can honestly be summed up in one word: intriguing. We don't know a lot about this character, apart from the fact that he's broken up with his girlfriend recently, and much to Kotoko's delight, he broke up with her, and he's eaten 2 different types of yokai flesh. Now, the way that they said that was actually, it kind of did send chills down my spine, because they kind of went, oh, well, to put it in your terms, I ate 2 different types of yokai flesh, as much as I could. And it was like, add that line, as much as I could, is what makes that sentence so much more dramatic, and more effective, because it's like, well, that's alright, he ate 2. No, I did it till I was like full. And it was kind of like, okay, this guy's might have a few screws loose. He might be a little bit psycho. So, I want to see how that goes. I want to see the next conversation between Kotoko and Kuro. Because obviously we got Kotoko, who loves Kuro. She fancies him. She's been liking him for 2 whole years now. And obviously she likes yokai and she's respectful towards them. So maybe it gets a little bit rocky. Maybe. Who knows? However, we also know that he can, due to the fact of eating the yokai, he has the power to regenerate his own body. Oh, and parts of his body are poisonous towards other yokai, as seen in this episode. So, basically, this character, what is it? I can't remember his name. I really can't remember his name. But he's the main character from Beyond the Boundaries, like the male character that's possessed and whatnot. It's been a while since I've watched that show. But this character here is kind of like a, hey mate, can I copy your homework? Yeah, but sure, but just don't make it look like you're obvious you copied it. It kind of reminded me of that. That's all I'm getting at here, really. So, for starters, this is a show that introduced some really good characters, and characters I'm hopeful to see more progression and more information from. So that excites me quite a lot. And hopefully we get like an end goal sooner or later. Because normally in the first episode, we get the main character stating his main goal, his main objective. One Piece. Luffy's like, I'm going to become Pirate King. Naruto, I'm going to become Hokage. I don't know. Ruby, I want to become a Huntress. Senku, I'm going to rebuild the world. You get the idea. However, this episode didn't really give us any direction. And that's the reason why it wasn't the best opening episode, but it still was a decent one. Because of the fact is that we had a very character-focused episode that showed off both Kotoko and Kuro, which was great, but I need to understand where the story is going and hope it's something more than just a romantic love story between these 2 characters, because I like drama, I like action, I like plot and direction and development, and if we don't have the plot and development and we just have this kind of awkward love story, I'm hopeful for this series, but let's just see how it goes moving forward. Now then, because, like I said, nothing much happened, I really can't talk anything more about it, if I'm honest. It was a very solid episode, great animation, great music and sound effects. One thing I am a little bit curious about, and if I'm right or if I'm wrong, don't tell me in the comments if they've already announced it, like, between 1 and 6, because you know, I haven't caught up yet. Like, this is the only episode I've watched as of recording this video. But they said that Kuro's brother or cousin, I think his cousin, is in the hospital, and he used to always visit them. Now, if Kuro's eaten yokai and has given him regenerative powers, does his cousin also have like a weird side effect that is causing them or him to be in hospital from eating the yokai? Like, did they do it together? Or did Kuro think, hold on a minute, if I can get these 2 yokai again, I can give them to my cousin, he can eat them, and he can get regenerative powers himself and get a hospital quicker? That's something I'm curious about, because we don't learn much about his cousin or relative that's in the hospital, and it's something that kind of got me thinking a little bit. Because, come on, if you ate 2 yokai that gave you regeneration, surely you would try and give it to someone who needs the power to regenerate their body so that they can get better? Who knows? Or maybe he just doesn't want his relative to see all the yokai and scary things that go on. They had a little bit of comedy in this episode as well. That was pretty good, with the whole wandering spirit coming up to Kotoko and be like, oh, you can't forcefully exercise me? I haven't watched the Harlequins yet, or whatever it was. I thought that was pretty cool. It's not listed as a comedy, but having a little bit of a little bit of a chuckle every now and again is always good. So, like I said, for the starting episode, this episode was pretty good, and I'm hyped to see what happens going forward. Again, I'll be doing reviews for each episode. I'm probably going to do, like, episode 1, 2, and 3 separately, and I might do 4, 5, and 6 in, like, a bundle, so that I'm up to date, and then every Saturday night I can bring a new review of this series to you watching. So, let me know all your thoughts on this episode, and again, please don't spoil the plot or anything that happens in the comment section for those who haven't caught up, like myself. But let me know what you think, and like the video if you like the video, subscribe if you're new so you never miss a video from me, and for more anime content. And apart from all that, I guess, have a great day, and I'll see you then. Bye!